Right, define, well, this is not actually the question of principle, but hate the sin, not the sinner, but also, now, I absolutely love living like this. It's got to stop because I've got to really get to some proper writing. It's very difficult to write something properly, which I have done before. I have writing lodged in the legal libraries of Britain. My writing. Good for me. But here's the thing. So somebody really kind of fucks you about. The fuck you abouterists. What should I call them? It's not the cushion of principle, but from that property came this. It was going out to the bin. Now, I didn't really even, it's actually broken a bit at the back, but I didn't think that that's going to be a magnificent part of this winter. Now, all I care about, I actually do like writing on big sheets of paper. Started that habit about 5 years ago. Oops. But all that matters is they mustn't get dribbled on, which does happen if you're not a neurotic and couldn't give a shit about that. However, these pieces of paper brilliantly live under there. And because that's all, literally all I care about. I've got 6 really good things I wrote yesterday. Right. So, that's how not to let the buggers get you down. I mean, maybe that's just the definition of it. And there, but that just works. That literally works perfectly. It stays there. If I move around, you see, I've got to remember, I've got to get back to that. I mean, that's part of the odyssey. I had no idea. I shall come back to that another day. Anyway, so this great time of the year where you can start to go onto no socks, we shall leave those there just in case. Those I forgot to 2 weeks ago. They were wet after doing a bit of a job. Right, now, I mean, this might look like chaos. I mean, the best thing I ever did, as mentioned, was to go onto that system. That will just go up there in a bit. But why have I actually turned the camera on? I think it's sort of going away as a habit now. But as discovered 10 years ago, every single person in Britain, particularly if they're female, but I think the males caught up, calls each other a narcissist. There is a more important word that perhaps doesn't exist. Oh wow, look at that. Which is this. Every time I go and do a job, now my ideal life, as of 15 years ago, go and do rural jobs about 25% of the time. The most important thing is they must not get into your head, because when I do rural jobs, I take my notepads with me. I've got 20 years of notepads. Let's try and do that again. This is the most beautiful piece of... Oh, not quite. Okay, it is sharp. Yes, it is so beautifully balanced. And I'm just an ordinary person. Anyway, to the point. Define narcissism or, in fact, I've never been a great fan of humanity. I do like European women. I liked American women, some of them. But surely all that really matters is honouring another human being to some small extent. Even if you don't like them, even if you don't like it that you have to employ them to come and clear your brambles or repair your gates or whatever. Just honouring one. And when I go and do jobs for people, which I'm going to stop doing, there's no point, with one exception. In fact, yes, end on a high note. She was great, the non-nagger. All I want to do is just write. Oh, look at that. Yes. Oh, I could do an act about it. All I want is just £150 a week coming in. If I did this, I've never done that before. Right, but here's the point. This was given to me 50 years ago by Old Man Ralph, and it's possibly 100 years old. It is the most beautiful piece of steel. Blah, blah, blah. It's got white things on it. Because if you... And it's also quicker than a strimmer. If you're hand scything and put it down, the amount of times I kind of have lost it. And so that's why they're... But to me, this is all it's about. It, for 20 years. When I go and work for somebody, I must have done 20 jobs over the last 15 or 20 years. When I go and work for somebody, now I never ask them for anything, never kind of, oh well, I can't work unless I've got a kettle or something like that. I just simply say to them, once I've got to know them and relaxed and gotten into the job, I say to them, listen, can I make one request? If I die on the job, even though I'm pretty damn fit, if I die on the job, wow, that was elegant. If I die on the job, can you remember one thing only? Just one thing. Chuck my body on the compost heap. No problem with me. But find my Ralph scythe, sickle. This is actually, in fact, it's actually the technical word because, well, no, Ralph wasn't Welsh. Well, Wales is just the biggest scum hole in the world. They got no grace. They got no... Right, find my sickle and make sure my daughter gets it. You'll find her number in my phone. And here's the thing. That's all I say. And I say it in a joking, yokel way. Look at that. What? Maybe I should join the circus. And I say it in this kind of rural yeoman solidarity way, you know, because they'll say, oh, it's a really tough job. I say, I don't mind. I love the toughest jobs in the world. But just do that one thing. Do that one, honour another human being in that one way. Because nobody would know about the Ralph. Look at that. Jesus fucking Christ. This is a possibility. Wow. Oh. Right. It's kept. See, this is what Britain is. You see, what I write about. I'm not interested in Britain. But what is it? What did it become? What was it? Aha, because it was always hiding the real Britain. Okay. Now, I know that not one of 15 or 20 people that I've worked for, if I'd have asked them a week later, what's the one thing I asked you? What is literally, and they've seen me, I mean, because when I get into a job, like shorts, top off, really get into it. So they see that you're really having to give mind, body and soul. Wow. Mind, body and soul into their job at minimum wage. I bet you, no, I know that every single one, if I ask them a week later, can you remember the one thing I asked you? Just like I asked of my Christian friend, what's the one thing, if I die, I had a little, oh, wow. I had a little bottle in my tool shed with passwords to a few things. And I said to him, 10 years ago, if I die, can you remember to find this bottle? I know if I'd have asked, if I would have asked him a month later, Greg, what was the one thing I asked you? Yeah, pretends to be your best friend. It would have been in one ear, out the other. But that's harder. I wonder if I could do a double. Right, let's try a double. If I can do a double, my great book, which is underway, one of about 10, is going to succeed. Right. Well, oh no. Okay, last chance. Yeah, I just know. I mean, surely that's quite a good definition of not narcissism, just being unable to listen to the sincerely explained need of another human being who's nearly, who's doing your stuff. Nope, nobody, not one of them. And that's what's wrong with Britain. And of course, this is in the era, virtually every single one of these people, at least half of them, if not 3/4, they'll have Eckhart Tolle on their shelves. I know they will. Or some kind of, book that makes them look like we're so thoughtful. We want to be in society in such a way that we're so loving, and so I really need to do that. Third time lucky. We're so loving. We really are. We're not the problem, because we've got our Eckhart or our Russell Brand. Right, let's do it, okay? No matter how freaked out I get, I'm going to grab it. 1, 2. Oh, lock, nearly. Okay, one last go. 1, 2. Oh! Oh, I know, I'm a complete nutter. Oh, no. Oh, well, we got it that way. That'll do. Right, the end. There is no point. That's why. But how did we get there? How did we actually get there? Such that, these are in fringe areas where people, well enough off people such that they can afford to hire a slave, can't even listen, internalise, take in what their slave has asked them. Of course, not slave, I'm their equal. But there you go, that's Britain. How did Britain end up like that? I know how. Because everything that came along from the 80s, 90s that should have sorted us out, should have kept us or propelled us to be fully modern, fully thoughtful, fully kind of egalitarian, fully enlightened. All of it, every bit of it, failed. And Britain did used to be the best at that stuff. Right, I can't come back to this hatch because there's no sun and I don't want to be facing the road if I've got my chair out. The end.